We're slightly addicted to Bath at the moment, only slightly, but we keep finding little nuggets of charity shops that we didn't know existed, and then they exist, and it's fabulous.
It's always extra. Always good sourcing.
Through the door, and there's a Windsor London dress. Love Windsor London. This was £12, a little cute shift A-line dress.
Navy, if you will.
They had a few other Windsor pieces that are missing the big Windsor tag, but they have exactly the same inner tags. And they wanted half price for them because they were missing the inner tag. So,
I didn't know that.
But the problem is their inner tags don't say Windsor London. I only know they're Windsor London because no one else has tags like it.
I'm with you. With you. So they would be kind of, for a reselling point of view, you're going to have to discount so heavily it's pointless carrying them.
The charity shops in Bath, especially this one, are slightly more expensive than others. However, you do get wonderful, great brands, apart from in the men's section, apparently.
No, this was dry. There's a knockoff Ralph Polo. Moving on. No, do you know what? Last time I came into this shop, it was really, really good. So
I just think good, and we didn't buy anything because we were in a rush.
Exactly. So I just think it's been kind of pilfered, if you will. Is that a word?
Yeah,
pilfered?
I think that's not a word, but okay. I think that it's regularly visited.
This was cool, but it was in the wrong section. It's ladies, I believe. I think it's ladies anyway. It's a less or a lessy, depending on how you say it. Ex Patter. Obviously, Patter are they've done loads of collabs with loads of different people, including some Nike trainers, which are very popular.
And very expensive. However, that collab isn't as such.
This is a vibe. I didn't get it, but I just wanted to show everyone. It's neon vintage, Columbia kind of tactile shirt. You got a tactile shirt?
Technical.
No, it's tactile.
Tactile's like touchy, isn't it?
Of course it is, yeah. Tactile, yeah. No, you're right. I'm wrong. It happens very rarely,
it's
but
like
whatever.
Moisture wicking, isn't it? The inside, it's got like a mesh moisture wicking. I'm gonna keep saying moisture.
Stop saying that. Basically, it was a cool shirt anyway. It was reasonable, but do you know what? I have to have things. I have to start listing things I enjoy and I love. And I just don't think that's one of them.
Yeah, I have to say, some people are really good at it, like just busting out listings.
This was Paul Smith.
Is it? That's nice. PS.
It was quite expensive though. I don't know if you catch it. It was like 20 or 30 quid.
Oh, to be honest, I don't like buying men's blazers. Men's blazers isn't something that I go out of my way to look for. Just because I think the world of fashion and business fashion is changing quite rapidly at the moment.
Do you know, that's a really good point I haven't thought of. Now, whereas blazers, in some degree, I'm not talking about suits, but like blazers in general were acceptable kind of garms, if you will, for the office.
Yeah.
I just think that's becoming less and less and less, and because offices are becoming less and less and less.
Yeah.
It just goes hand in hand with that.
It's a new way of working, even people that are in offices are wearing like sporting blazers and jeans.
It's a new world, folks.
It's a new world.
It is kind of. It's not at all, but it kind of is. A lot of things have changed.
We're not living in 90s rom-coms anymore.
I'm sad now.
Rebecca Taylor, great American brand. That's an old label, Rebecca Taylor. However, it doesn't really matter.
Beautiful dress.
Beautiful floral print dress. It was, what was it, £12?
I don't know. I don't remember.
I got a few pieces of Rebecca Taylor sitting in my store at the moment, so I decided to pass on that. I'm trying to be very, what's the word?
Proactive?
Calculated.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
With my choices at the moment, because I am a bit impulsey McGee. This is Alice and Olivia. We picked up some of their jeans the other day. That is just a purple blouse. And like I said before, they are more known for their denim.
Yeah, they are. I think we picked up 2 pairs of jeans. Once again, like the top wasn't bad or anything, but I think it was definitely over £10-15. So I just think that's a lot for something which is a kind of a, I don't know, not an amazing item. Let's put it that way.
This is good. So I got Ganni here. I got Ganni new label.
New label, yeah.
So the new label, for anyone's reference here, is Chunky Chunk. I'll put the 2 different labels on the screen. This is just a turtleneck or polo neck, whatever people want to call them. It's a sort of polka dot mesh. It's not anything special in terms of composition. However, I think it's a very wearable piece, a very wardrobe staple. Ganni is hot at the moment. If you
hotter
find
than hot things on a hot day in July.
Yes, if you find the Ganni with like the big collars and the big oversized dresses, etc., they're great. This is Vince. Vince had a moment a few years ago with the bloggers, etc.
They really pushed it that way, didn't they?
Yeah, it's an expensive retail brand, but it doesn't shift great on the retail market.
This was an interesting piece. So Bethany brought me this over. It was Marc Jacobs' full line label. However, the label looked like it had been stitched in, like by someone else, and I couldn't find any of the branding, so I wasn't sure, but it was a quality item. And then we came upon some sort of randomness on the label, which I believe we show. I hope we do, because otherwise this conversation makes no sense. There we are. Yeah, basically it was a sample from Marc Jacobs, and whether depending on samples or runways or whatever, made in the US, which obviously makes total sense for Marc Jacobs, but the actual stitches I'm showing there on the sides wasn't great. So either it's been a sample piece that they've kind of eventually is being used on a runway, or possibly just a prototype for something which they made going forward.
I will say it's an American size 6. Please do be aware of your American UK sizing. It doesn't really apply for like Italian size, etc., because that's obviously a double-digit number.
Yeah.
But that is a size 6 US, which is quite, I can't tell you off the top of my head, but it's quite large UK.
Yeah.
Which is very unusual.
Especially for a sample size.
I did pay £15 for the Ganni as well, but it is well worth it, and we will probably explain it in an upcoming haul video.
Look at this frayed Dreamboat.
I would look to get about 65 to 70 for the Ganni, but if you do want to watch the haul, we'll explain it there. This is special. So we were just checking the hem stitching. Now this was noticeably frayed, obviously, but you have to take into account with very high-end brands like this one is,
they're mad,
whether it is meant to be like that or whether it is done that.
So that was what, £16?
Yeah. So this is £16. This is Marquez Imelda. Marquez Imelda is amazing, high-end luxury brand. This skirt would have retailed for about £450 to £500.
We'll put comps on this one because it is interesting.
I actually have runway reference for this already, but we did, in the shop, we did take our time. We walked around slowly, and I did find the exact skirt with the frayed hem, noting the fact that it was meant to be like that and it wasn't just damaged. They had a lot of Joseph suits, 2 pieces, which were quite cute because they're not too formal.
No, but that was quite expensive, wasn't it?
They were £35 each.
I say expensive once again. You know, people are commenting more and more and more about, you know, whether, or I don't think it's that expensive, or like maybe I'm being titled. Do you know what? Maybe I am, but I would say this much: I'm buying it on the behalf of reselling it. So it's a case of what we can make and what we expect to make. So this was a Versace, I believe, collection maybe. It was definitely a different label. It was authentic for sure, but I hadn't seen that label before. Had you?
I hadn't. It was mainline, but sort of mainline ready to wear, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it wasn't a high end piece.
No, and it wasn't an orange. These are mugs, and they are anthropology mugs.
Which Austin spotted, and that never happens.
They are, and I just realised that I didn't know before because I didn't look that carefully, and this is where you learn from rewatching. That has a V on it.
Yeah.
It is an initial mug, so I've got to find someone called Viola to buy that mug.
Well, no, because Viola and Vera could be fighting over it.
Oh, yeah.
And then if Violet comes in the situation...
Okay, yeah. Okay, I'll give you that. I'm okay now. I think if it was an X, we would have been having words.
Xena might appreciate it, that's all I'm saying.
X-Xena.
No.
X-Xena.
No, Xena is spelled with an X.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, goodness. Anyway, so
you can spell Xena with an X.
We pay £3 for that anthropology mug. They go for about £25 to £30, depending on the letter on the side.
Can you spell Xena with an X?
I don't know.
I think so. Yeah, Xena. Like, I'm thinking of Xena Warrior Princess. That was spelled with an X.
I know what you're thinking of.
By the same token, is that a realistic, real name? This is me wandering across a very busy road in Bath, illegally trying to get... Yeah, there you go. Thank you very much. Much appreciated.
Drop off a parcel.
Well, look at that for a run.
I will say, while Austin's just walking into the parcel shop, we're dropping off a Vestiaire parcel, the nearest shop for us is Bath. However, I will talk about that Marcus Imelda skirt. We paid £16. I would expect to get between £250 and £300 back to it for it. I will explain this further in the haul video, why, etc., so on and so forth. But I do think it's interesting to find these pieces. I've never found that in the wild. I've bought it before via contacts, etc. But it's nice to find it in the wild. And for £16 for a lot of people is paying up. But I think that's perfectly reasonable price for that piece.
Has anyone spotted Bethany yet? That's the question.
Where am I?
There you go, buddy. There you go. I love how you like kind of just ignoring me, but you know I'm there. But like,
we do this.
Yep, nothing to see here, folks. Nothing to see here, folks. I just rejoined the group.
Yeah, you just rejoined. This used to be my favourite charity shop in Bath, and I think it's got a new management.
This used to be like a banger slanger with multiple hanger.
The problem with this one is it gets a lot of donations and it gets really good names, so the condition isn't always there because they just put everything out.
Yeah, I agree with that.
It's a little bit pricier.
And once again, if they find a brand, even if it's like really bad condition, it still goes for like £30.
Yeah. However, it was it was good to look through to find what we wanted from it. However, honestly, it was drier than the Sahara on a summer's day.
Yeah, it was.
It was, you know,
I think, I don't know
it
if...
was very tidy as well, and it's not normally very tidy.
That's always a bad sign, because it means there's nothing much happening and people have, like... Do you know what I mean? If it's
No.
mayhem, that's the time to go
It
in.
means that there's new management and they're tidying.
Ugh, heavy.
I know.
The original people, I say the original people, we don't know management changed at all for sure, so I'm making this up. But the people who were there, who have been there the last few years, up until recently at least, were amazing, correct?
They just used to let you...
Do you remember Jean?
Yeah, you'll see that like there's just bags and stuff around. I'll show you in a minute when Austin stops looking trousers. But they used to just let you go through them. Do you remember we went once and all the students were just in them?
It was actually, yeah, it was, it's just insane. Yeah, it was madness.
Yeah, but yeah, if you join us going through the rails, you'll see it's a lot of supermarket, a lot of...
Which never used to happen. Like, and I say never, like I would say 75% of the product was high-end product before.
It was,
even if it wasn't for us or it was overpriced.
It was
or
at
if
least
just...
Marks and Spencer's.
But yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's not... It's just, well, yeah, I don't know. There was a few bits in here, but this was like highly priced for the condition and the age and the kind of the actual piece.
Yeah.
Because all those things, there are varying factors in those things I've just mentioned. Even if you've got an amazing brand, like, I don't know, you've still got to think about the other situation like this. Max Mara.
I think you have to contemplate some things. That's Max Mara Studio as well.
It was also like 20 quid or something, maybe
30
more.
it was.
30,
you
that's what I'm
have to
saying.
contemplate a few things with Max Mara. Firstly, the label, because you need to know Weekend Studios. They do Max Mara. And then you need to look at the product, because each brand, if you will, has a sort of niche, and I think Max Mara's niche is tailoring, personally. So if something's kind of out there, I just wouldn't, you'd have to think about it a bit more. This is Richard Allen. Is it Richard Allen?
Yeah.
For H&M. This is one of those collabs that we got asked the other day about H&M collabs that I would not pick up. I've never successfully sold it. Even for pittance, it just doesn't resell. I don't know, like, there's just not a market for it. I don't know what it is. Whereas other brands like Kenzo for H&M, Versace for H&M, Balmain for H&M, they all do really well. This is not one of those brands, and they wanted £30 for that dress.
That's a lot.
That's a lot for a H&M collab.
Like, a lot. That's what I'm saying. I do think, as much as I do love Bath, I think a lot of the charity shops, their standard pricing. So, for example, where we are in the world, as most of you guys know, is kind of Somerset. But some of the smaller villages and towns and so on, like their base level is like £5 an expensive top.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So to come to Bath, and once again, I'm not complaining, because you do find generally nicer things. It was like, it's just a lot.
I think it was just this shop. This shop's normally better than it is.
For sure. But when I say that, I mean the shop specifically. However, the pricing guide still is right. The rest of Bath is still quite expensive, correct?
Bath is an expensive city.
But you don't mind doing that if you get a nice product.
Yeah, there are a few like sort of out of town shops which are more expensive than Central, but the product's so nice. Like, it's clean, it's organised nicely, it's a joy to look around. It makes our lives easier.
Yeah.
It's just like the argument of buying trainers. Would you pay up more for trainers that are pre-cleaned?
Yeah, agreed.
And most people would for a slightly smaller profit. It applies to clothing too, I suggest.
Yeah, I think that's... and even more so when you're spending a little bit more as well. Like you just said, because what I'm saying is because the base price was more to start with.
Yeah.
As opposed to like... So, say you're paying £20 for a dress or 25 for a dress which is clean.
Yeah.
I'll take the 25 all day long.
Yeah, you just saw the... Tamagotchi.
It was like a knockoff. It was like a weird kind of knockoff Tamagotchi thingy. Yeah, it was weird. But it was in the basket and I caught my eye and it was pink. So, you know how we feel about pink here.
We love pink.
As he sighs. Oh.
Do you like pink?
I don't mind pink.
I love pink.
I have multiple pairs of shorts in pink, don't I?
Oh, my favourite shorts that you own are pink.
Yeah.
Yeah, pink.
Love, yeah, well, yeah, that's it.
Look at us looking at the blazers.
Look at me looking at blazers in the hope there might be something remotely tidy. And guess what? Negatory.
I like that they put them in pairs though. They've done them as suits. A lot of charity
Oh
shops
yeah,
split them.
That honestly, that grinds my gears. Do you know what I mean? I think maybe they think, well, if it was free, there's more chance of me selling a pair of trousers and a jacket as opposed to a suit.
Austin was rummaging through the pockets.
This was outstanding. No, it blatantly was. No, I could feel there was something in the pocket. I picked it out, and it was I think a card and a receipt for an Italian restaurant. So Go you, my friend. Go you.
Someone had a good time in that jacket.
I know.
Oh, and they might
Didn't
be
see what they
bad.
had. I don't know what they had.
No.
Oh, I could eat a steak right now. That's not Italian, but that's what I'd
Austin?
have if we went to an Italian.
What about our vegetarian audience?
I'm sorry, guys. I cannot lie. I won't lie. You're worth more than that, folks. You're worth more than that.
Men's is not very good.
Why did we even leave this footage in at this point? I'll be honest.
That's Tommy Bahama.
It is indeed.
Tommy Bahama's all right.
£14, it's not.
No, I like to find the Tommy
Put it back.
Bahama like Hawaiian shirts and things like that.
I picked that Chelsea polo up as well as a Nike Chelsea polo, like as in Chelsea Football Club. I picked it as I pick it up. I was thinking, put it back down, put it back down. I could tell by my reaction there. It was like, just don't bother.
Why did you pick it up?
Why? I think it's like the last piece on the reel. I was like, oh look, there's put it back. Rat hog. What was I don't even know what that was. Did you see what I'm saying about the actual
Where
quality
am I?
of these? Like doing nothing as usual. No, you're in the ladies. But do you see what I mean about these brands? I'm not knocking at these brands particularly.
Oh, put it.
I go back, don't worry. You think I miss a polo tag?
Sometimes.
No, I have a day off. They were really nice actually, but they were black. And do you know the worst thing about polo shorts, which are black, especially like the cotton twill kind of stuff?
Yeah, they
fade so fast. So fast. I actually tried them up against my legs because I was like, oh, how long are these? But
You only wear polo shorts.
yeah, I do. That sounds
that
so.
funny?
Do you know what? That sounds so bougie. It's not that. It's just they last forever unless they're black. In which case,
Your black ones have lasted pretty well. That's what I'm saying.
if I can speak, I was going to say unless they are the twill I just mentioned.
Oh,
But thank
okay.
you for interrupting once again and trying to correct me.
Always check the belts.
Always check the belts. Even when you know it's not going to work out for you, check them anyway. I've had loads of people mention they've got good belts and ties.
Yeah. Oh, look, there I am with the bangers.
See?
So I found this. Now, I only think I found this. This is Lululemon. It's got the little back hit there.
The kids say that, don't they?
They said
Hit on the sleeve.
Someone had cut the label out because obviously we said before that Lululemon comes with a really long, weird labels. Someone's cut the label out, and I think because the label been cut out, they didn't know what brand it was, so it was only £4. So we took that. Obviously, it's like a nice technical top. It's got the big logo on the front as well.
Look at these bad boys. Brand new Hobbs shoes. Well, not new, but new. £40 with no box.
Do you know what? I would have probably considered them if they were a normal price because they've got that Chanel-esque thing going on.
Yeah, they have.
And any sort of like brands, high-end high street tend to dupe or copy high-end brands. Yeah.
That's where it comes from, isn't it?
Yeah. So if you're aware of like what's timeless pieces, etc., or what high-end brands are putting out, you might be able to find high street dupes and they will sell quicker because there'll be demand for the look.
Yeah, you're right. And in the same respect, the many videos ago we did that Kurt Geiger, which ended up being £100. That's kind of based on multiple bags, but the Bulgari bag, I think.
Yes.
Or Bulgari, depending on how you say it.
100%.
It's the same kind of thing, no?
Nice bit of Sandro there. This isn't Sandro. This is unbranded. It was £60 and I don't know why.
Do you know what? That dress, it was...
It felt good, right?
I feel like it was the ultimate bandage dress, but there were no inner labels, no labels.
That label didn't.
no.
No, but that label didn't look like good.
No, it didn't, but it was so nice quality.
Yeah, I fondled that.
That's why I just put it back. Sorry to interrupt you again, but that rack, just to let everybody know, is what they call designer and like
New.
high end new. No, it's not new.
Yeah, it's new in and designer. And
Oh,
I
new in
thought,
and- I think
and
you
I
meant
thought
new.
that was stupid.
I thought you meant new as in with tags.
No,
you mean new in?
new
Yeah, that's fine.
in.
Yep.
This is nice.
I'll let you off on that one.
Hermit Lang
This was
number
beautiful.
£30.
Once again, would have had it all day long if it wasn't £30.
I love the door. Look at the door. Every
This
time.
shop, like the actual the bones,
and
if
the
you will.
glass is
The windows,
curved.
yeah.
You know, if you
It's
get
very
that,
Bath actually. A lot of the curved stuff is in Bath, isn't it?
if that smash though costs a fortune.
Yeah, that specific that corner window. You're right, actually.
Yeah, that's all I think about when I look at things like
So
that.
the cost of replacing it.
Yeah, I
Wow.
do that a lot. I think it's because we've had shops. I always think of like what could go wrong.
What could
with
go
the
wrong?
shop.
What's the worst case scenario right now? This is such a positive vibe from us this morning. Don't you agree?
Oh, our current shop's got massive windows, and I always think, oh God, if one of those ever goes, I'm gonna.
The only saving grace with those, I mean, wait, so I guess it's a double-edged sword, is they're like triple glazed.
Yeah, it used to be a post office. They're like
They had like a bank in there, yeah.
reinstructed,
Reinforced. But
yeah.
by the same token, if we ever had to replace them and a tank went through it, we would
Yeah.
be. I mean, I suppose if this tank went into our shop, we'd have more trouble than our glass, really, wouldn't we?
Yeah, to be honest.
What are we talking about today, though, honestly?
It's one of those days, but we're in Bath.
PS by Paul Smith.
These are nice. These are $12.99. They weren't salvage.
They were decent condition. Decent condition.
Yeah, they're all right. There's a few loose stitches.
They just weren't anything like...
They weren't setting your soul on fire.
They weren't. They were not. My soul was clearly
We're doing
unlit.
a Marie Kondo way of shopping at the moment. If it doesn't spark joy, then we shan't be purchasing. It's like that at the moment, though, isn't it?
Yeah, and I think once again, I know we say this a lot, but it's when I think we're gonna do maybe a video or a photo shoot soon, to kind of let you guys understand the kind of stock that we're dealing with currently. Because it's a lot, and what we're picking specifically because we have a lot of inverted commas.
I like these. Wait,
stock.
I really like these. So these are J. Lindbergh. J. Lindbergh is a sporting, predominantly golf brand. However, these are $4.99. I think these are cute just because they're really short.
Yeah.
But I understand that is a very niche market for such short shorts.
Yeah.
For a man. However, they have started promoting J. Lindbergh recently as sort of streetwear,
like high end almost, though.
Yeah, they sell it in, if anyone's local to Somerset, John Anthony's are men's independent department stores.
They're
for
one in Bristol,
and
I think
stuff.
they got one in Bath as well.
Yeah, they got one in Swindon as well. Anyway, and they
kind of like flannels.
J. Lindbergh, but as a casual menswear. Like, obviously they pick pieces from the collection.
Yeah,
that,
specific.
So I keep an eye out at the minute for these. These are Sweaty Betty. Didn't get them because now I didn't get them. You're probably telling me I'm crazy. They were £10, and I don't think a wide-legged cotton jogger is the one at the moment. People want this tight, I'm really hot and I go to the gym. Look, I feel like
I couldn't agree more. And I was actually going to say that I think over and above that, what you just said, I do think that the people who are looking to buy Sweaty Betty, easy for me to say, are looking specifically for the look you just mentioned, and not. Like, there are people which will buy those joggers like just to kind of doss around in, so to speak. I also think though those people are buying them brand new.
Yes,
I
agree. What I mean? I totally agree. I always check the belts.
Always check them.
But I always check the gym section as well. I love the gym section at the moment. I find gym wear goes really quickly, because there's always a demand for sort of good quality gym wear. Talking of gym wear, that's that good move again, Marks and Spencer's.
Good. They do a really good job with that, honestly.
It's fantastic.
It always gets me. Yeah, it looks. Yep. The quality's amazing. It's just really, really nice. I don't know. I just think they're good things.
I mean, there's barely any reselling it, but it's really nice.
Yeah.
If you find it with tags, there probably is. I was talking to Austin about this today. Possibly, I really like some of the stuff that Zara produces, and you find a lot of Zara in charity shops, obviously. But the newer tag stuff, there's obviously going to be money in it, so I might just start picking it up if I find it at reasonable prices. Especially like trendy stuff, if that makes sense, like things that are in trend.
So this was a Polini jacket. There was actually a pair of shoes in the shop we went previously at Polini. They were like 50, 60 quid or something. Retail for shoes, for example, is anything between 150 to like 230, 250 for boots. The jackets, once again, they go pretty well, but it's just one of those things that, to be really honest, a jacket, once again, a blazer, unless it's really stand out or it's a kind of an iconic piece for that company, it's very hard to pick it up for the sake of it.
Yeah.
Would you not agree?
Austin found some Pyro and the letterpress jeans, $6.99. I didn't have anything against these jeans. They would be a great pickup for a quick sort of £25 to £30 flip. I just wasn't feeling the shop. I get like that. It's a funny thing. Like,
so these are Sparco, which Sparco make obviously race seats. They make steering wheels. They make clothing. They make boots. They make overalls. They make everything pretty much for them, like racing / motor industry. These were a size like 5 or 6, I think. So they were ladies or maybe children. I think they were ladies though. I'm 90% sure they were ladies actually.
Children don't drive particularly, do they?
Go-karts, smarty balls. Yeah, they do. And kids also wear the overalls. See, why have you got to do that to me? Why have you got to do it all the time? Go on, spit it out.
I don't know, Oz. I don't know. Anyway, we looked them up in store.
They're worth about, what were they? I think they were worth only about £10 more than you were asking.
Yeah, they were like, new, they were 50, 60.
Yeah, but that was men's, I think, wasn't it, as well?
Yeah, that was men's. Yeah, totally men's.
Yeah, fair enough.
There's a nice, we pick them up in a minute, there's a nice North Face Vibram walking shoes as well. But
Oh, Vibram, yeah, you're right, actually.
in really good condition, to be honest with you. But kids, again...
Yeah, and you know what? Like, it sounds really bad, but I would guess, as much as they would sell, they were really nice condition. They were like brand new. I think they were brand new, weren't they? Yeah, nearly. Yeah, they were nice.
As new.
But they were definitely children's as opposed to ladies. Men's and ladies, I know your children, people will buy walking kind of stuff for children. I just don't think there's enough market for specifics like Vibram sole versions.
I call that boot sale fodder. Like, I would pick it up at a boot sale.
Agreed.
Does that make sense?
How much were they, out of curiosity?
$5.99.
Yeah, so they weren't expensive.
Off the top of my head.
But I don't know. Kids shoes sell really well for us, but not at that level and that cost.
However, it is a great brand to look out for if you're looking for adult shoes, especially Vibram soles. Everyone loves a Vibram sole. Everyone loves some Gore-Tex.
The cost involved in putting those two kind of things together generally means there's been some money spent originally in the retail of the product you're holding. So just have a look and see what you think.
Boots as well. Walking boots with Vibram soles, Gore-Tex, North Face. Look out for those sort of like more premium brands, if you will.
I've literally just realised we're going into Five Guys right now.
Yeah, I left this clip in because we're going into Five Guys. This is a Five Guys in Bath. I thought it was a bit different. I just thought it was nice, like break up the monotony of charity shops with a sort of like some lifestyle.
Some people ordering food. Yeah, I get. Well, kind of. But to be honest with you, I once I have the camera on, I just leave it on. I take like 2-3 batteries with me. And I just let it roll because you never know when you're going to see something hilarious. This wasn't hilarious or funny, and this is me
and
getting a drink.
And I also think though, I think that your choice.
Look at the ice, beautiful.
Your choice on this machine. This is sort of like a machine with all the flavors. It shows a lot about you as a person.
Right. So put in the comments what you would choose on this machine. It's one of those Coke, Fanta, Dr Pepper.
Yeah, but they have everything, so you can get like strawberry Fanta.
So this currently is Dr Pepper Cherry, and I think I do you Dr Pepper Cherry Vanilla.
What does that say about personalities? I think it says we're exciting people.
It says that those new tops in Five Guys are another one, not the one at all.
I left this in because I just
look at this.
Look, this is my mood all the
time.
time.
Anyone who thinks Austin doesn't graft, just like get over yourself. All about the graft.
I look so angry at your life choices.
Like, honestly.
Back to it, sorry.
We ate as well, but you didn't have to see that. So
yeah, I thought that was a bit of fun.
Thanks for leaving that in.
If you thought it wasn't fun, then
#, leave out Five Guys.
See, this one is... Last time I was in this one, I found Comme des Garçons.
You did indeed.
I did. I didn't find it this time, so don't get too excited. But they got rid of my rummage basket.
That was a fun basket, actually.
Yeah, it's gone.
So once again, I don't know if Bath had been picked, and if the other person who picked Bath, well done you. I hope you enjoy all your good stuff. But I don't know. It was just one of those days. I know a couple of people we watch said recently, like you go out sometimes and it just doesn't materialize. And I'm afraid, as part of being a picker or a reseller in general, you do have those days, and you just got to deal with it. Move on and go and have a Five Guys. Simple as that, really, isn't it?
Go and have Five Guys.
You know?
We found some great things in this video, and we find some more great things in a minute. But yeah, some days you walk into a shop and it's every other piece is like Bang City.
One thing I have learned as well, one of the many things. What was that? No. Okay, that was that. Yeah, that's what I was thinking of. One thing I have learned, this was a Ralph Lauren polo. The reason I picked it up, although it was in terrible condition, that's why I left it, was a 2XL tall. So you can get 2XL regular, you can get 2XL tall, you can get 2XL big. You can actually get 2XL big and tall. The big and tall range from Ralph Lauren, as regards High Street, you don't really get it in normal stores. You do get it in what used to be, I don't know if they're still around, High and Mighty. They used to sell Ralph Big and Tall. You can get it in the States, but if you find anything which is extra, particularly big in this country, it sells really fast and it's always much more money.
Yeah.
You get much more money than you would for a regular polo item of the same different size.
Going back to Lindbergh, I found this and I thought, yeah, let's try Lindbergh on this. J. Lindbergh.
It's a vibe.
This is a more of a streetweary piece. It's got the velvet back detail. Austin's going to show you it more in a minute, but it goes back to that sort of more picking up the more streetwear looking stuff from that brand.
Just picking up the hometown.
As opposed to the technical sporting wear, etc. This particular jumper I found, I'll probably put it on screen somewhere, but it was retailing in the sale for $80.
See, and that's what I'm saying. Like, that's obviously not a hoodie for going to golf or for necessarily a sporting pursuit, if you will.
Yeah, so it's got the embroidered front, which I think is really nice. I think it's like, is it coordinates? I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's
and then
coordinates.
it's got the velvet back, 2019. Sweden. I just thought it was a nice piece. It was very high quality. It felt very high quality.
Yeah, it
was $7.50, and we are going to try it, and we'll report back to you on how good it is. I think we're going to list it for about 50 to 60.
Yep.
But I will put all the official info in the haul, because I would have actually looked at it properly by then.
Makes sense.
But I thought it was nice. Yellow for the summer as well. And then I also found, hello me, I found a pair of striped Palazzo pants. These are Weekend by Max Mara. These are striped. I particularly like them.
They're like silky, but they're not silk.
Yeah, I particularly like them because I thought they were very Italian holiday.
Yeah, very much so.
Yeah.
With some kind of really nice, like, not flip-flops, but like sandals.
Yeah, they're full wide leg. They are silk to touch, but they're, as in they feel like silk, but you just said
that colour sign is like
which is bizarre to me.
the best thing in the universe.
It's a very sellable piece.
Exactly. The other thing I was going to say was, just to finish with that, one thing I have learned in reselling is, if you ever get that urge where you go out and you like haven't had anything great that day, don't buy things for the sake of it. People do it all the time, and like we've definitely been victims of doing that, but we don't do that anymore. And I think it's one of those things. I'd rather take it home, or like I said, treat yourself with something rather than just just do it for the sake of doing it. This is Bethany, and she basically convinced me to go into cause. We came out a lot poorer, and basically Bethany got some lovely stuff. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the video. Are you going to say anything?
Poorer, but looking great.
Fly as a mother.